Everything is unmuted. All right, cool. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Filthy Creatures podcast. My name is Dibbs, and I am joined by the most majestic thing, Adam Zura, Mr. Ark DK. How are you, sir?
I'm fabulous.
If you guys don't know, we do this podcast 5 days a week, Monday to Friday in Australia, Sunday to Thursday for you guys in the States. It is a riot. We basically just sit here and just have a look at some of the news articles that are coming out, talk a bit of smack, and usually it gets derailed. But you know that's fine. That's what it's all about.
It's essentially the news for the people that don't like the news.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you wanna check it out, also. The podcast itself goes up after we go live here on Twitch. It goes up on YouTube, youtube.com/DIBBSGG. It also goes up on SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/Filthy Creatures Live. We are in the process of working that into iTunes. So if you guys want to jump over there and listen to the audio format, it is all there for you. Good to go. So all that's out of the way, Mr. Ark DK. How have you been in the last 24, man?
I'm good. I'm good. But do you ever get the feeling that maybe iTunes is watching this and that's why it hasn't gone through?
Yeah.
Like,
what are these guys doing?
I don't know. I don't.
Maybe.
I mean, we got Kanye West over here, and he's shit. I don't know about these shitty guys either. I'm just
iTunes.
But no, I'm good. I'm good. I just took a healthy dump.
Nice.
Cleared my colon out.
Nice. You're now elevating about 4 feet above your seat, man. Now you're nice and
no. I've lost about 10 pounds.
Nice. In the last 24, man, what have you been up to?
Just games, man. Just games, working on stuff. Can't wait for tonight. Gonna be trying. Hopefully, if I can go get my copy of Gears of War, I'll be streaming Gears of War for myself.
Nice.
Because I don't do any of this for any of you guys. Nope, not at all.
Damn. In the last 24, I have. Have you seen Westworld?
No, not yet. It's on my
dude.
list of things to watch, but we have something on that.
Dude, I'm just a quick rundown for you guys that haven't seen Westworld. It is the best thing to come out since, I guess, Game of Thrones is a big one. But this year,
since Game of Thrones, I'm pretty sure it was like one of those moments where I've heard good things about it, but I really wouldn't want to compare it to Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones is kind of it's a good thing, but it's also a niche thing sometimes,
So
I know people that like really good stuff, and they're just like, I don't know if I want to watch Game of Thrones because it might be a little too much for my mind to pick up.
This is definitely down the sci-fi route. It's based on an original movie called the same name, Westworld. But what it is just a quick rundown. Is like, what would you do? How would you play out something that is like Assassin's Creed set in a Western setting? In a way, when I say Western, not like literally like the Wild West. So,
if you approach me with that, I would assume that Ubisoft just came out with their new game, and you're playing now as fucking Billy the Kid as Assassin's Creed and West fucking. So
it literally is kind of like that. It's a back and forth between people that come and visit this amusement park. The amusement park is filled with these but these robots that have these certain dialogue trees, and they look and feel real. And these people come to the park and basically just get to do what the fuck they want to do. And it's about like these robots get some. Have some sort of AI behind them, and they get to learn and become sort of conscious behind them. And there's a guy who's working the inside is like, we'll just let some of this slide, and it starts spiraling out of control. It's really, really, really cool, man. Really, really cool. You get to see everything from top to bottom in regards to like how they make them, to how the park operates, and like all this sort of thing, and how every day it's basically just a reset. So it's basically the same scripts that are going on and on, but there are 100 different storylines for the people to interact to. So you go to the main city, go to the main town, and as you walk in, there's all these people like, hey, you want to come help us fight some bandits, and like, you go to the saloon, like, hey, you want to go do this, you want to go do that, and all that sort of thing, and then it's up to the user to choose whatever the hell they want to do while they're there. It's so sick. The robots can't hurt the people can hurt the robots.
Why is a good thing always fucked up? Because somebody has to go ahead and update the AI. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, happens, man. And it's
We gotta tweak the user interface, and every time we do, shit goes wrong.
Exactly, and that's where it starts unraveling. And I think it's a really, 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 really good show. Yeah, and there's a lot of boobies in there too, but that's fine. It's HBO. Don't worry about it.
Talking about boobies.
Our first article of the morning.
So the biggest boobie of all, the gentleman that plays as Trevor Phillips,
also known as Stephen Ogg.
Apparently, yeah, Stephen Ogg. Apparently did a basically like a little skit video as him being Trevor Phillips in GTA. And the article is, if GTA 5 and Trevor Phillips were real.
Oh, jeez.
First of all, I would like to point out like how utterly, completely, ridiculously sexy this man is. I'm like, he takes when he's just standing there just in his underwear, I was just like,
he's pretty shredded.
That motherfucker could kick my ass.
Yeah, he's pretty damn shredded, dude. He's pretty damn shredded.
Holy shit! And he's just standing there, like he's just like, I'm gonna fuck it, and I'm just like, I might just let you.
He's because they obviously got character likenesses, it's fantastic because it is literally Trevor. It's Trevor right there in the flesh.
It is. It was really well done, and I mean, I've seen him in a couple little things, a couple little like skits and movies and stuff that he's done before, and he really is actually a pretty good actor. But my thing is just like I wasn't expecting him to come off like he did. I mean, I've heard him do the voice, but it's one thing to be able to do the voice acting for a character. It's another thing just to embody the character. And I come to the realization Trevor Phillips wasn't based off of anything. Trevor Phillips is just this fucking guy.
Yeah,
at
that's
like
it.
Max level setting of 11 crazy.
Which is great.
I was like, oh, good.
It's very much a case of the writers sort of, I guess they would have looked at his range, right, and went, he can do crazy pretty well. Let's just let him loose. Let's just cut him loose.
Let's let him loose. And it's like, my question was, where the hell is this tutorial for GTA Online at, man? That's what I want. Yeah. I want Trevor to come fucking pick me up out of nowhere and be like, come on, we're going. Get in the car.
It's true.
Okay,
that's
dude.
So true.
Fuck, man. Oh.
But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, it's all in. Everything is in the show notes. It'll be in the description below this YouTube video, man. But definitely go check this man out. It's good. It's really
beautiful,
really good.
Beautiful cacophony of cluster fucking.
Of course the ending is a cool little twist. I won't spoil it, but it's a very sweet little, I guess, a fan made project in
it's a nod to an old classic TV show with a twist.
Yes,
it's good. Good.
So twists are a big one, and this is something that doesn't happen to a lot of games that get released, but when it does happen, everyone just goes, "Oh funny. Man, you missed!" This is essentially like showing up to work without any clothes on. It's like, oh shit.
Well, this right here is the moment where you have to look at your team that works on all your bugs and errors and stuff, and been like, "You guys fucked up."
Yep. Which one are we talking about?
All the game testers you guys brought in, they fucked up. Developers' error let Elite Dangerous players reach the top of the galaxy.
Yes. Kind of weird, right? Like, why would they? It's stupid. It's a big boom moment, man. It's like, oh my god, someone's sitting there going, "You gotta be joking me, man. You gotta be fucking joking me, dude."
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those moments. It's like at that point in time, you come to the realization that out of all the programming we could have done, why the fuck did we put this area in where they can get to the top of the universe? There's no stars. There's no nothing. It's just fucking insane.
That's and I mean, for you guys that have or haven't played Elite Dangerous is basically just a space exploration game. Some people say it's very cookie cutter in regards to like you need to go to a planet, do one thing, then fly off, and then you collect resources. And it's very singular job like. It's very much in the vein of EVE Online, but sort of like just a bit more modernized version, a bit more boiled down version of it. It's not spreadsheet simulator. But this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. How can they let this happen? I guess it's probably some sort of exploited code. You give enough people enough time and something, and they'll break it, right?
Oh yeah, and that was the point. Like, it was never supposed to be able to be reached. theoretically.
Yes.
Because it would like your expedition would fail before you got to that point. Problem is, someone had the foresight to figure out how to do shit, and they managed to break the game. So it's one of those moments. It's like you didn't try hard enough. You could have made that. You could made that a lot harder. You did not try enough yet, sir. Whenever a gamer can outshine you, that's when you need to go back to the board and be like, okay, guys, we need to pack this shit in. We need to do something.
We got to take it down and then bring it all back up and fix it and bring it all back up. I think it's cool though. It's very cool when you get these massive community efforts, or someone finds something, or there are enough people playing something that these sort of weird little exploits in games happen. I know back in the day, there was one that I discovered for SOCOM 2, where you could basically you run into a little lip that you would climb up on, and it would teleport you to the roof above everyone, and of course you couldn't get up there, so you'd be sitting up there just sniping dudes and taking dudes out, and everyone would be like, what, how the hell did he get up here, all this sort of shit. So that was it's
that's always fun. That's perfect. That's great.
It's always fun to grief like that.
But that being said, we actually have two articles on Mafia 3. The first one we're talking about right now is apparently some of the Mafia 3 Deluxe editions went out with activation keys.
Oh, you gotta be seriously kicking yourself if you're in QA right now for 2K. You gotta be like, oh my god. At least the physical media went out. Wasn't there? There was a bungle a little while ago where like not even CDs were in a certain game, and it was just an absolute nightmare. But yeah, with no activation keys, basically you're just getting a box. And you imagine the guys that went and bought it on Amazon that were like, yeah, Mafia 3, and then it shows up and they're like, oh shit, now we need it either.
Oh yeah, that's the point. I mean, like you buy. First of all, it's the deluxe editions. It's the more pricey of the actual games. I mean, it's not the collector's edition, but it's the one that's like $70, $80. It's between there.
Yeah,
so
it's
like,
not cheap.
And you purchased it, you got it, and it comes with fucking. What it's supposed to come with is it's supposed to come with a manual that has the activation key on it. So essentially, what it didn't come with was the manual for the game. At all. It didn't come with it. Now, granted, you don't need to be like a 3-year-old to understand how the fuck to work the game, because even like, my 82-year-old grandmother could probably figure out how to fucking play this game. That's not the point we're trying to get at. The manual that the code is printed on has somehow been left out of several copies of this. I'm sorry. Whoever poor young Asian sweatshop worker that you allowed to do this, you might want to take their pudding cup away. Just saying.
I think it's just a lapse in quality control. Potentially, well, given that most things these days, most games don't even come with a manual anymore. It usually
no, they
it's
don't.
like, hey, go here for a link or whatever it is. Go to like whatevergameitis.com/manual, and then it'll have it all there. So maybe it could have been a case of, oh well, it came out of the same factory. The person at the factory was so used to not packing in instructions or whatever it is.
My question is, what do you do at that point? Do you like gotta call them up or something, or is there a hotline number? Because one, how the hell do you prove that you got the game?
Well, that's true, because you can't really go in and go.
The retailers like Amazon. It's the retailers like Amazon and Best Buy are now receiving activation codes for the game, leaving them unable to play. Now, Best Buy you can walk in with the thing, but Amazon you can't. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I buy the game, I am not fucking sending the game back.
Nope.
I'm going to call Amazon and be like, hey, I didn't get an activation code. What the fuck do I do to get my copy of this thing working?
Exactly.
They're like,
the turnaround.
Well,
think about the turnaround time. Think about the turnaround time.
No, the turnaround time.
It
would be completely pointless. You just might as well ask for a refund. Be like, I just want my fucking money back about this time. So it really does come down. And if that's the case, who's to say people won't call and be like, "Hey, I didn't get my activation code," and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, go here." And the motherfuckers didn't even buy the game. I might even do that. Hell, I might get myself a free copy. No, it's one of those things. Like it's like you set yourself up for these individual fuck ups. You're gonna set yourself open to be taken advantage of, and that's it's one of those moments. I'm waiting to hear about some scam happening down the line, where a bunch of dudes were just calling in saying they didn't get a copy of it, their activation code, and just basically were given to them for free.
and then you're going to end up with a whole bunch of keys that end up on grey market sellers like G2A and Kingwin and stuff like that.
G2A and it's going to happen.
It's definitely one thing that's going to happen. Speaking about things that don't happen.
Yeah, for folks that did get a key copy, Mafia 3 is seriously glitched. It is apparently... Now, here's my thing. I got to watch Sonny Evans play it, a.k.a. 8-Bit Bastard. He was playing it. So I got a little sight into the issues that were going on with this one, because he's playing on PC. And the PC patch is utter shit.
Oh, really? The new one?
He kept on falling through the floor.
Wow.
He kept on... he'd get out of his car and fall through the floor. I was just like, oh my god.
So there's one of these glitches here that happened for me. One of them that I've outlined here is the one where the car doesn't actually turn on. You end up seeing one of the mechanics, I guess, around behind the storytelling is that you'll sneak up on an area. There'll be no dialogue until you get within range of the two guys, and then their dialogue will start. Once their dialogue is finished, then they will split off and do their patrol routes and stuff. So it's almost like they're trying to okay, you need to listen to this part of the story and do it. I dare say it wouldn't be too far of a stretch to say that part of the code to say that okay, once in regards to this particular mission, you're sitting in a car and someone's talking to you. You literally, I was sitting there smashing the trigger to start the car up. The car was like starting and it sounded like it was flooding. The engine, and then it was doing nothing. When the guy finished his dialogue, I was like, screw this, hopped out of the car, hopped back in, and then the car started up first time. So it may be stuff like that they should have looked at underlying code. But don't let these bugs sort of like justify, define the experience of the game. The game itself is amazing. Yes, it is a game made by 2K. It's published by 2K. But also, if you guys don't remember, Saints Row, the original Saints Row, was also published by 2K, and has had its fair share of bugs. And look where it's at now. So I dare say, if they're going to do Mafia 4, I wouldn't say they'd do it in the next year. Maybe the next 2 to 3 years we get Mafia 4, because this seems to be a good way of taking the franchise.
Well, I mean, we didn't get Mafia 2. We got Mafia 2 back. It was from fucking what, 2 years ago?
Yeah. No, it was
so maybe yeah, I was gonna say it's even longer than that. So maybe instead of worrying about the time frame, guys, you just worry about if you fall through the fucking floor here. How about that? How about you code the ground perfectly solid? Because that was the big one I kept on seeing. Now there's little things that happen too, but sometimes textures packs fuck up in a game. Sometimes an overlay key code or coding decides to fuck up and multiply itself. But it's one of those things, man. I mean, I understand the feel of trying to get a big AAA title out there and trying to get it to be coded, defined, and everything. But if you were working on Mafia 3 for the last couple years and it's still this glitchy, boys, it's time to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out exactly who the hell needs to be working on better coding. Because at this point in time, you're making a laughingstock out of yourself.
So I'm just gonna.
I'm sure it's one of those moments where it's like, Art, well, why don't you go do better? I don't have to. I didn't try to go for that job title. I could have, but I didn't want to because fuck that.
It's very interesting when you start diving into the game development side of things, and you hear a lot of people say that okay, there's a list of bugs. What bugs can we get away with? What bugs do we have to eliminate? And I think that this may have been just on the list of like small bugs, but there seems to be so many of them that it's like, well, to ship by this certain date, we need to do whatever. I would say that they would probably fix a lot of these in a future patch, but first impressions always last when it comes to video games, and if they don't fix this now, or in the next, say, week, even the next couple of days, the game is pretty much going to have this weird negative reputation behind it. But it's fine. It's completely fine. The game itself is fine. I just love the soundtrack, man. Such a classic. 99 songs they license. I actually have it up on Spotify now. For you guys that do streaming and stuff, do stream on Twitch and there's no like copyright audio copyright stuff. I turned the audio off in game, just went to Spotify, downloaded found the list for Mafia 3 and just played through that music. It's like 5.5 hours worth of like music, man. So you pretty much can just sit there and like have the music running the entire time.
And then, you can get moist to all the great music in the world.
It's so good. Such a really, really, really good soundtrack. I'm actually thinking of going out and I've got that on my phone now too. So that's gonna be my cruising stuff I'm gonna have on when I go out and drive around today. But speaking about so this is a throwback to what we were talking about earlier in the podcast. The next article here is it's the video game horrors of HBO's Westworld. Now
I've not watched Westworld yet, so don't want to really spoil too much of it for you, but it's one of those where I started reading the articles, was looking through it. So apparently, as I understand it, Westworld is, as you said, a theme park. It is very much set up where the people go in and do what they want. It's very much basically a real life video game, is what they have it set up to be like. And essentially, as I'm understanding, like they're throwing comparisons to how gamers like to go in and just like basically just completely decimate civilians and kind of stuff like that in this article. And I have to ask the question: are you talking about the young kids that like to go in and do that? Or are you talking about the adults that usually are trying to play the storyline and decide to go online and blow the fuck out of each other? There's a bit of a difference.
It's a bit of both. It is seriously a bit of both.
That's fine. But it was the point that I was reading through the article, and I can't wait to watch Westwood so I can actually be able to talk a little bit more about this. But just off what the article feels like to me is one of those moments where if such a place actually existed, if there was a theme park where you could go and you could play and all that kind of stuff, I still feel like they would very much keep the violence turned down, where you can just go and kill anybody you want to. So Westwood I feel takes the concept of it and amps it up to the most unrealistic aspect, which makes it a science fiction fantasy kind of show. So it takes that and makes it the highest aspect. If this was really created, later down in the years when it was possible, first of all, the violence wouldn't be anywhere near as high because just the very simple rating system that we have now for video games. Think about that. This allows you as a person to go in and kill simulated people.
Yep, that's it.
That would never fly as easily as it does in this TV show. So it would be one of those things where you might have to fight somebody at some point in time, like have a fucking showdown or something, where you have to it's one of those duels. I can't know. Yeah, showdown at high noon or some shit, and you're standing there tumbleweed flies by and you have to shoot him or something like that. That might be the extent of it. I don't see any person that sets this up is going to allow you just to mindlessly massacre these robots. Even if they're robots.
No, the thing is, it does. This is the craziest thing. I'm telling you. You know when you play GTA and you're like, I just want to go in and just massacre some people and be like, yeah, whatever.
Oh no, I don't know.
It shows that aspect of that. But yeah,
and even though I've done that on GTA, And there's a big difference between a pixelated character and a character I can reach out and touch, even with it being a robot. If I can reach out and touch that robot, it looks like a human, sounds like a human, has base emotions like a human, I'm not going to want to kill it.
But that's you, though.
You know, it's one of those things. It's very hard for me as a person to be able to pull a gun out and shoot somebody like that. You know,
yeah.
Even if I was in a character that would do something like that, it would still be very hard for me to do that because me as a person, I've been ground into the basic being of me that is wrong to kill another person. It's like it's slammed so hard in there. So if you get to that point where you have this kind of place that allows you to just go in and gun everybody down if you want to. Basically, all you're promoting is it's not a place that I feel would be very ethical because you'd have those people. You'd have those people that go to be like, I'm just going to kill everybody. I had a shit J and I want to kill my boss and everybody. I'm just going to go in there and kill these robots. It's like, really, dude? Man, we might need to go get you some mental help. I'm just saying. Just fucking saying.
The barrier of entry for this is, of course, it's only for the rich and the elite to actually go here. Because, it's not that every man can go in. Yeah. So
that
it's only
makes
the
perfect sense.
richer people. So it's sort of like, because when you show up in Westworld, you show up to, wherever the place is where you can go in and before you jump in, they give you a whole bunch of clothes and a ton of selection of clothes, and everything is perfectly in your size before you even show up. So it's like they have everything ready to rock and roll before you show up.
That makes full on sense. Then if it's nothing for the rich or like the elite, they don't care about people anyways. Who cares?
It's true.
It's all tax. It's all tax write-offs and shit. And it's all good.
You want to talk about some
weird shit going on that's shady.
Fucking hey, dude. This is something that I don't think this is a bad thing, but I think this is just something that's a little bit of a cause of concern for you guys that are out there. Of course, everyone who streams and a lot of people get into the social media sphere of Facebook and Twitter. This is something that you guys definitely need to keep in the back of your mind once stuff starts going sideways. So Facebook and Twitter suspend tool used by police for surveillance. We've known this for a fair while. Well, I've known this for a fair while, knowing that police agencies have access to Twitter and Facebook and all of these social media platforms on the back end to be able to monitor, regulate, and just prevent bad things that are going to happen, right?
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is completely fine. I mean, they should be able to, because if someone's saying that I'm going to go kill this person, then you want to be able to
someone's
stop that.
stupid enough. If somebody is stupid fucking enough to tweet out, my boss following me today, I'm going to kill him. Fuck yeah, the cops should be able to show up at his door and be like, you're a dumbass. We need you to come downtown for a while. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's true. But what they've done here is Twitter just announced it's revoking its surveillance access to Twitter data. In September, the Daily reported that Denver Police Department paying $30,000 to use a tool made by Geophedia that aggregates information from tweets and other social media. Today, the American Civil Liberties Union has even more information on how the tool is being used, prompting Twitter's action. The announcement came in the form of a tweet. This is from Policy. So @Policy apparently is an account. Based on the information in ACLU's report, we are immediately suspending Geofedia's commercial access to Twitter data. Companies can pay Twitter for access to tools that allow them to download detailed information about tweets. This is useful if, for example, a company wants to analyze tweets, specific phrases, or trends. In the case of Geofedia, it allows the company to implement a surveillance tool it sells to the police. Using Twitter's data for stream for marketing research is allowed, whereas using data for surveillance it is not. So they're actually taking that out, which is kind of weird, because you would at least like to know in some way, shape, or form that the police still have a jurisdiction somewhere, even if it is social media. It sort of opens it up.
Yeah, this is what people don't understand. Okay, so you have basic human rights. Okay, there is a list of human rights. If you don't know what they are, go look them up now. It'll give you what your it's like the code of ethics and the code of rights that you actually have as a human. There is nowhere in there that says anything about the fact that if it is a public domain, you have the right to privacy, because you don't. If it's a public domain piece, it will be scrutinized by the 10th law of any degree, period. So the police actually have the rights to do this. They have the rights to go through your trash if they want to. Because guess what? It is all public domain at that point in time. When you put the trash up on your curb, public domain. When you put out a tweet, public domain. Plain and simple. Unless you have an account set to private, then at that point in time they cannot touch your thing. But guess what? A lot of people don't have their shit set to private. It's all set to public domain. Facebook is the big one where I say private, because I have a private account. You can't actually find me on Facebook unless I let you.
Because I remember a while ago you were like, "Hey, try and find me," and I'm like, "Here's my name." I'm like, "Nope."
All my stuff is set to private on Facebook, where my Twitter is not. My Twitter is very public, meaning the police are allowed to scrutinize my tweets and look at what I do. Plain and simple. Now, a private message, what we call a direct message, those are considered private. Therefore, they do not fall in public domain. Therefore, they cannot actually be looked at. So here's always been my whole entire thing with this whole we're going to yell at the police about all this. And I would like to point out, I like how they use the police. It is tools used by police for surveillance. Yet there was other companies that were buying this said tool that Twitter was offering, because Twitter has to offer the tool to be bought by these people. So everybody's blaming the police here, but you're supposed to be blaming Twitter, guys. They're the ones that allowed this to happen.
That's true.
They're the ones that hey, we have the tool. Would you like to buy the information? Nobody sees that. Everybody's just like, it's the police. Jump on the fucking bandwagon. Yet when the bad shit happens to you and to your family, it might not be the first thing you think. It might be not even be the last thing you think. But God forbid, if something bad happens to you and a cop shows up, they better fucking protect you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, to serve
hypocritical standards on all of these things. And I'm really, as a person, everybody's going to be like, well, that's because you're white and you're privileged. Motherfucker, white men don't have privileges. We are fucking afraid that we're going to get beaten down by all the fucking bullshit actions. What are you talking about? I can't walk through a neighborhood half the time without thinking, is this the night I get my shit kicked in because I'm white? Fuck off!
And us brown guys are just like,
white
fuck no. We'll see how this pans out.
These particular articles, I grabbed this article for a very, very, very simple reason. Okay, I'm feeling like nowadays, like people are very, very much wanting to jump on this whole the police are against us bandwagon. What you guys don't understand is the police job to keep public safe, plain and simple.
Yes,
that's all they're here for. That's their job. Okay, yeah, are there crooked cops? Yes. Are there cops that take the law into their own hands? Fuck yes, there are. But, man, if a random person did that and put a costume on, you'd call him a hero.
Yeah, true that. Maybe we should all start wearing costumes around.
Yeah, no, shit. Maybe we should all become fucking Daredevil or some shit, man. But that's the point I'm trying to make, guys. Everybody wants to jump up and down about all these particular things going on, the surveillance of Twitter or the abuse of cops and stuff. Yeah, they're human too, guys. They have what tools they need to keep people safe are the tools they're going to use. And I can't fault them if they were surveillancing Twitter, which is a public domain. It's not a private domain. It's public, meaning they are allowed to scrutinize as well as monitor it. Plain and simple. It's just like your phone calls.
Yep.
It's technically, if you were out making a phone call, it's public domain when it's transferring through. That's all public domain. They're the ones that own, like the government is the one that owns the fucking power lines. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it.
That's true. That is absolutely true. That's why you always make VoIP calls instead. Zynga.
Yep.
Awesome. So guys, with this next article is something that it makes sense, right? It should be this way. Think about it.
Well,
think about it.
A lot of it's called whitewashing. No, it actually is. It's called whitewashing. It's the actual terminology is called whitewashing. Damn. And it's basically what happens is the article we're currently talking about is thank God live action Mulan will have an all Chinese cast and no white leads. It's called whitewashing. And they do it in a lot of different ways. And I like they call it whitewashing, yet they do it with black actors for white folks too, where the character's supposed to be white. Nick Fury. And they do that as well.
They had Dark Nick Fury.
It works, but it's still one of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a moment where a character is supposed to be a certain color, and they change the character's color out to do it. And there's big movies where they do it, like the new Ghost in the Shell. What's her face? Scarlett Johansson is playing as agent. Oh, I can never remember the agent's name, but
it's right
she's
yep.
Yeah, it's like right on the top of my right around the top tongue. Deadshot's another one. Yes, Deadshot's another one. Where they change the character's color. And it's called whitewashing, and I'm like, can't we just call it something better than that? But whatever, yeah. But it used to happen a lot back in the day before we wanted more correct characters playing the characters. So I mean, am I happy they're doing this? Yes, but it's one of those no white leads. Well, thank you very much. You could have just said they're going to have an all white. They're going to have an all Chinese cast and no white leads. I mean, you didn't have to actually bring in the no white leads. Thank you though. Thank you for the article, James. Whitebrook.
James Whitebrook. I think
your titles are amazing, but let's get on to the article.
It starts to just really quickly in regards to that. It starts to really start going into these weird circles of like, well, this character should be this color. This character should be this color. It's always good when comic books, especially, they end up flipping. They end up flipping it completely. So we ended up with Miles Morales for Spider-Man. We ended up with Black Nick Fury. We ended up with
I don't mind a new character coming in though. So like we ended with like Miles Morales is a brand new character. That's not where they like took Spider-Man and turned black. He's not Spider-Man. His name's not Peter Parker. It's Miles Morales. He's a new character. Nick Fury, on the other hand, was whitewashed at one point in time in his career. He used to be a white dude that was the same as he is now. He's a spy, had a shield, and very gruff, very tumble guy, very secretive. And later, somewhere down in the comic book line, they were like, "Let's make him black," which was fine. Nobody was complaining about it when it happened. I think everybody was like, "Oh, actually, it's not too bad of a switch. We kind of like that." It's a bit different when they do it in a movie. They take like a cast character or something like that that's supposed to be a particular ethnical race or ethnic race or some shit, whatever the word is. Or it's supposed to be something like that, and they instead change it to a white person or a black person because either the director wants to do it, or the character that they feel they would like to portray is better off by using a big name actor because that big name actor has star power instead of bringing somebody new for it.
Yeah. You're exactly right, and it's all about that. It's all about that star power. Whose name can we get at the top of the bill so that people will go, "Oh, I actually like this actor. I'm going to come in and watch this movie."
Yeah, I mean that's what seems to happen a lot more. So a lot of times the reason why something gets whitewashed isn't because there's some kind of a conspiracy going on in the background, but instead they want to bring in a big name star to kind of sell the point. So that's why we get a little bit more of that kind of thing going on. But this one apparently is going to be having nothing but, it's not going to have any folks that are of a white ethnicity. They won't have any of me on screen. I won't be there going, "Oh, you killed my father, protect the die."
Kind of like how what's his name in The Last Samurai?
Tom Cruise?
Yeah,
but he was supposed to be a white dude.
But come on, man! Like
it makes sense for the era because that was when people were going. That was when America was actually going over there and doing deals with the Empire and stuff like that. Was whenever like the samurai was kind of dying out towards the end. So it was actually a pretty cool story. That was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't amazing.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. You want to talk about things that are pretty cool? Do you want to talk about things that are pretty cool? Here's something that
I think your definition of cool and mine is different on this one.
Russia's bizarre Pokemon pop tribute is insane. So last month, a grown man in a fluffy Pikachu jammies performed. Well, it's a onesie. It's not a jammies. It's a freaking onesie, dude. Don't call it jammies.
No, it's two jammies. It's not a onesie. Yeah, it's a two-piece. It's jammies. It's jammies.
Performed a maniac routine from hell on Russian state control channel 1, complete with Pokebabes and Pokehunts dancing with giant prop iPhones, half twerking, half bouncing, blow up Pokeballs. Dude, come on. You can't tell me that this is not that this isn't something that's interesting, at least.
Dude, I would have to be stoned to enjoy this. Like, literally. Like, I would have to be on some heavy fucking medicated drugs to enjoy that. 'Cause, like, he comes out, and first of all, the Pikachu pajamas he's wearing, the hood pulls up, and it's got a Pikachu face on it. Okay?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And there's a point in time where he faces the camera, and he pulls a Miley Cyrus twerking on there, and, like, you see the Pikachu flopping with his ass. I'm just like...
Thing is like, what would you possibly have to? What would be the? Here it is. Here's the talking thing. What would you possibly have to? Be going through your mind for someone like as a stage director to go, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That would be good.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You know, and like, wow. Or was it like mostly kept under wraps? I don't know. Either way. You know,
it had to be kept under wraps. I'm sorry. First of all, the very fact this dude apparently loved Pokemon so much that he was willing to go out there and I can't even do it. I can't just fucking. It's like I'm the one that pulled the fucking thing, but still, like I fucking saw it. I'm sorry. Like I saw it and I was just like, I want to know what kind of like in this. When like somebody comes out of nowhere, like, and we're both streamers, okay? So when somebody comes out into the streamer and they call you a man child or something like that, no, we are gamers. This guy on screen right now, he is a man child. Good God, is he?
It may have been a thing. It may have been a lifetime dream of his to jump up and down on stage.
Maybe it was. Maybe he was a young kid. You know? Maybe he was a young kid. And he was just like, I'm gonna become a famous. Oh, I'm sorry. I am going to become a famous singer, and then I will show you all my passion for Pokemon. Yeah. Maybe that's what fucking happened. And like he ran out of some vodka or some shit. I don't know what happened. Okay, guys. I have no idea. I mean, do I give him props for it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a fucking audience of people, and they watch you prance around in your Pokemon pajamas. I'm assuming he sleeps with those at night. I mean, if I'm gonna dance around those motherfuckers, I'm taking them home and I'm gonna cuddle with them in the evening. I'm just saying.
It's true.
But fucking Christ, man! First of all, I don't know anything what the song's being sung. I don't really care. I started the video up, and I pretty sure that I zoned out for like the 4 to 5 minutes the song was going on, and then I was just like, oh, well, that was a thing. I'm gonna go do something productive with my life now.
You have that time where your eyes just roll in the back of your head. You're like, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm just like,
your eyes roll in the back of your head, and your skeleton slides out your ass, dude.
lip.
Speaking about chill. Here's something. If there's one culture.
Here's the drugs I needed right here.
Yeah. If there's one culture of people that I would say that I would refute are the most ingenious for whatever the hell for their passion, and guys that like to do a bit of the 420, right, guys? This next and this is like, this makes sense, right, when you think about it, when you look at the practicality behind it. But this herb grinding weed dispensing pen is perfect for lazy stoners. It makes complete sense. It's like, it's this.
No, we say that, but there's some stoner that got really, really stoned. It was like, hey, dude, watch this.
True. The so basically it's just a pen, and then you put the weeds in the top of it, and then it grinds it up, and then you press a button and it shoots out the front. It's like a pen, basically. Same concept like how a pen works. It's for you guys that have like friends that like to partake in the old 420, they will come out with, hey man, I made like this double chamber. Like they're the craziest. So the engineers, bro, like they could literally be the dumbest person. They could literally be the most dead to the world person, but as soon as they get baked, dude, like Leonardo da Vinci comes out and it's like, man, I made this 15 chamber thing, and you're like, well, okay, fair enough, dude. Whatever.
Got you, man.
I got you. But it's a crazy little device, and they're doing this weird pitch for. I
don't even do weed, but I still think that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Like, that is pretty neat. But as I said, man, here's my thing. I used to have a roommate that was pretty heavy into partaking of the Mary Jane, or whatever you want to call it nowadays. Whatever you cool kids are calling it. I'm an old bastard. What do I know? So he would get stoned off his fucking rocker. And I will tell you right now, there's a fine line between being an inventor and not being able to figure out how to fucking start the toaster. Okay?
True.
And I mean, like, my thing is, I like how there's only like one little button on the side to get it to work, but I see somebody getting so stoned, they're just like, no. Oh, I got it.
Just put it in my mouth.
I can eat it. Dude, you're supposed to smoke that. What are you doing? It's good.
So our last article for today is
how to destroy your phone.
Oh my god, this is going everywhere and back again. This is out a couple of days ago, but it was finally, to have an outlet report on this is a bit of a worry. But
is this a movement for Black Jesus? Is that what this is?
This is exactly what it is.
Is this movement for Black Jesus? Black Jesus, if you're out there, buddy, please leave a comment below and let us know if you're the one that gave these guys this idea. Because it's this fucking way they do this. It's like I don't even know how you actually do it.
Let me explain it. What you do is you put your timer on for your phone to take photos. Mm-hmm. So basically the same timer that you would have be like, all right guys, we're gonna take a group photo, and then you press the timer, you'd set up the phone, then you'd run over and be like, hey, and then like pause and stuff for a photo. It basically, what it is you set the timer up before the timer goes off, throw your phone into the air, clap, do some crazy random shit, and then your phone's floating. The only thing about it is, because of the motion, it's really, really, some of these are really, really bad. There is a really, really good one where the dude's not even there. He managed to like throw it and then like duck away, but then you got to think that phone had to come down to hit the ground.
Oh yeah, and that's my thing. Like I love it. Some of these guys have tweeted this out and shit, and they're like, Whoever this guy is, I don't know, Schneider or whatever. Today is the proudest day of my life. I successfully took a picture of me high-fiving myself. It's like, dude, first of all, it looks like you're praying to the Apple gods, first of all. Or iPhone god or whatever the fuck your phone is, because you're not going to have that very long. Yeah. As soon as that hits the fucking ground, I'm going to be giggling. It's like, it's one of those moments. It's like, I high-fived myself. I threw my phone up, let it come down, high-fived myself, and then watched it hit the ground and go, well, my parents could buy me a new one.
It's true. Well, I mean, it managed to get, 170,000 retweets. Wow, really? Like, are you serious right now? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's how it works. That's how it works. I guess.
Yeah, just do something really stupid like this and look like you're praying, you know? People, if you do stupid, people will come.
And of course,
it's the stupidest fucking thing. What is up with some of these trends happening nowadays? It's like, I mean, like the more and more trends that kind of like, is it just the younger generations that are like, I'm not trying to be mean to you guys that are younger audiences or anything like that, but please explain something to me. How are some of these trends so cool with you guys? Why is this a thing? Are you just so like bottle flipping? Like, I'm going to take my bottle, I'm going to flip it. Man, one of these days, I want like somebody to be doing that, and just somebody walk over, take the bottle, turn around, and smack him in the face, and like, stop it.
Not even that, but just like the full, just like 0 to like 100, like as they flipping the bottle, just like grab it out of midair and just throw it. Just feel like, how you like that bottle? Fucking
chuck it out. Like, make sure you're aiming for a window too, so you just like, chuck it out the window and be like, "What now, bitch?" This is like, I don't understand the concept of some of these trends and things, and I always love it when like they do it and their friends are like, "Whoa!" Like, it's the coolest fucking thing ever. It's like, man, like I remember doing that kind of shit to really cool stuff. Like, you know, a buddy of mine's shooting, and he like hits like 6 bullseyes in a row. Damn, son, fuck.
Yep.
Or like we're shooting basketballs, and like he fucking shoots it from halfway down the court and makes it in. It's like,
you're exactly
you have a God's gift. No, we flip a fucking bottle, and apparently everyone gets a boner. That's great.
Maybe we're just old. Maybe we're just an old man camp today.
We're just old men. We don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
So
we're
we've got a couple of viewer questions.
Do we have viewer questions? Oh God, help us all.
We do have some more viewer questions, but viewer comments. These happen live, so if you guys want to come and watch this podcast live, it's twitch.tv/DIBBSGG. Obviously, we'll pull these from the chat, we'll pull these from the comments, all that sort of stuff as well. But the first one here comes from Timmy, and he was talking about the Mafia 3 article. He's saying that the problem is not the coding, but bad beta testers. I completely agree with that. A lot of companies these days won't even do a beta testing phase. They'll pretty much just go, oh, it's open beta, just report the bugs, and then they sort of go through and squash it all for there because they can't afford to pay for a team. No Man's Sky never had one for PC. Stuff like that. I think the beta testing phase for video games.
That could be 100% true. It could be true, but yeah. I mean, even if it is, I'm going to blame all of them then, around the board. I'm going to blame the beta testers. I'm going to blame the fucking coders. I'm going to blame the company itself. At that point in time, nobody wanted to actually do the work. They just wanted a quick buck.
Absolutely. And the other live comment that we've got here comes from Nightmare. Nightmare was talking about, when we were talking about the Mulan article about the whitewashing stuff, a perfect example would be Baxter Stockman from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The reason why I pulled this, because I fucking love TMNT, man. In the TV show, he's white, but in the
he is. Well, there's multiple. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Actually, he ended up being black in the second series that they made when they revamped it, and then he's been black ever since then.
Yes.
Baxter Stockman in original comic books was white. Yes, I know that much. But not the original. The original doesn't even have Baxter Stockman or any of that. Just had Shredder. Baxter Stockman ended up becoming black around the second incarnation of TNT, and he's been like that ever since. He's been a black guy ever since then. I don't know exactly why. They never gave a really good reason why they did it. Maybe it was just to diversify the characters. I don't know.
Different day of the week?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it was one of those things I don't feel like I really cared in the first place because it's Baxter Stockman. He was a villain, and I don't care what they do to villains. I mean, As long as they didn't make him too stupid, even though it's Baxter Stockman, so he's pretty dumb anyways.
True.
He's the dumbest smart villain you will ever meet.
I think that concludes our podcast for today.
Yep, that includes the diary feed of the day. Yes, we were just going to let all the diarrhea flow downhill. It'll be a good day.
It's gonna be so, guys. Mr. ArcDK, if people want to come and find you, hang out, all that awesome stuff on the internet when you go live, where can they come and find you, sir?
You guys can find me anywhere just by looking up ArcDK. Right now I'm pushing the Beam, though, so guys, go check me out on Beam.pro. It is a platform that was just bought by Microsoft, and they would love to have your business. Trust me.
They would. They absolutely would. If you guys want to catch up, find out where I'm alive and all that sort of stuff, man, DIBBSGG on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that sort of stuff that goes there. But just remember, guys, we go live every single day, 5 days a week. We go every single 5 day a week day, and
we have no life. It's okay. Here's looking at you, kid.
But big shout outs to Roy AU for doing the theme song for this podcast. Tomorrow we're gonna have a little bit more stuff. It's gonna be a little more polished. This is a work in progress, but I'd like to thank you guys for coming to hang out. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
And remember, Merry Christmas. Oh wait, fuck, we're in Halloween.
Wait, where's the fart noise? There it is.
That is perfect. I was like,